Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? So, surprise stream, surprise Tuesday stream. For those confused, I mentioned it yesterday at the end of the stream, but I think not that many people caught it. I'm going to be streaming today instead of tomorrow, because I'm not here tomorrow. So I figured instead of leaving the week with only one stream, I'm going to be doing 2 in a row, actually 3 in a row, because we also stream Sunday. But yeah, let's get some more art done. And yeah, tomorrow there's no stream, and there's also not going to be a stream on Friday, because I'm still not going to be home. But maybe once I get home, if I get home on Saturday or Sunday, I still don't have it super clear. So depending on when I get home, we might sneak in another stream, or if I get back on Sunday evening, I'll just get back to the regular schedule on Monday. So yes, surprise stream a little bit. We also just had this commission come in, so it's a great time for everything to fit into this one day. 3 stream days in a row. Yes, you should have been here on November. We did 30 streams in a row. Second time I've ever early to a stream. Welcome, welcome. Tuesday stream, yes, a rare occurrence. So, today we're going to be working on a design that's then going to be transformed into a postcard for the SCP Archives, which is an SCP podcast that is going to be doing live shows and like little merch things and stuff. So I'm going to be doing that design postcard for them. They gave me a few SCPs to base it on. I assume like they're the SCPs that are going to be covered in the show. So one of them was SCP-3004, which is the Cicada God, and 2851 called Cousin Johnny, which are apparently related. So what we're going to be doing is first like taking a look and giving it a read. It's been a long time since I've read the Cicada God SCP, and then we'll be choosing what to like, trying to see if we can represent a scene or just like the character itself, something cool that might look good in a postcard and that also might look good on its own, because that would also be cool. So yeah, let's try to make it double purpose in that way. So and there's more SCPs we could cover, but the Cicada God is kind of fun because, you know, I'm the bug guy, and the SCP that people always reference, or that people always tend to think I'm referencing, is SCP-3004. So this is kind of a fun little reference, I guess. I'm the bug guy. Yeah, Cicada God is good. Lower rank squid. You've never read it? Then let's take a look at it, shall we? Let's see. I was just getting this artwork for the announcement tweet because it's very cool, and I'd love to do something like this. Not like necessarily copying it, but really take it as a big inspiration for this. This one is by Mamidori. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, I'm probably not, but I'm gonna link to their Twitter, because they're a fantastically talented artist and they do a lot of SCP things that you guys might like. Why would you crucify a bug? We're about to find out, I guess. Crucified by an equally large bug, exactly. Okay, so this SCP-3004, we'll just take it from the start, and let's see. Can I put something? I guess the music will tend to be more chill, but this one will be good. Okay. So there's a few different tabs here. I assume the other order of reading is just tab after tab. We might like skip around a little bit for brevity, but let's take a look at the main things at the very least. So, SCP-3004 neutralized. Special containment procedures. The threat posed by SCP-3004 has remained neutralized. There's an archive document, by the way, so more stuff is going to happen. Containment of SCP-3004 is focused solely on interception of artifacts that point towards the existence of the Setlidae. Just gonna say it like that, it's probably wrong, but to that end, archaeological sites in Ireland and Wales should be monitored closely. Artifacts are to be confiscated, catalogued, and incinerated. All SCP-3004 related matters are to be dealt with by the Theology Department. Director Clark is to be notified immediately if any events thought to be SCP-3004 related occur. SCP-3004-1 is believed to have been destroyed or otherwise deterred from the material plane and no longer requires containment. Any information found regarding the existence of the Cicada God is to be destroyed and civilians involved amnesticized. I think I said that right. Due to its connection with SCP-3004. Hey Han, how are you doing? I've missed watching the stream. Yeah, it's been a second. You're always welcome here. So, description. SCP-3004 refers to a series of anomalous events linked to the rituals of a druidic cult known as the Setlidae, or the Singers. They were located primarily in Ireland during the 15th to early 19th century. It is known that their worship revolved around the life cycle of the now extinct Cicada Luculenta, sorry, also known as the stained glass cicada. Due to the combined action of various antecedent groups to the Foundation, including the Vatican's Congregation for Otherworldly Acts and the Royal Society for the Imprisonment of Abnormalcy, all knowledge of SCP-3004 and the Singers was destroyed in order to contain SCP-3004-1. As SCP-3004 was thus destroyed, the -1 entity seized all activity. SCP-3004 events centered around imagery associated with the rites of the Singers. They occurred most They occurred most commonly during a celebration surrounding a child's entrance into adulthood, which was signified by the loss of primary teeth. Oh, teeth related. See, there's like my full brand is in this SCP. These events were theorized to lead to the entrance of their deity, dubbed SCP-1, into local time-space. SCP-3004 events are understood to have been the result of -1 attempted to act upon the material world. It is unclear as to when -1 began to react to the beliefs of the Singers. While there are signs of varied SCP-3004 events, there are few reports that still exist. Artwork relating to 3004 events show Cicada Luculenta coming from facial orifices, causing asphyxiation in many. A written record details the sighting of an anomalously large instance of Cicada Luculenta, believed to be -1, appearing in the sky, the sight of which caused painful boils in those who witnessed it, along with symptoms resembling radiation sickness. Despite this, the Singers were said to have continued their rituals in the face of 3004 events, which was seen as necessitating their destruction. -1 was an entity which interacted with the Singers through their rituals, causing 3004 events. Little is known about the nature of -1. It is theorized to have been a thought form or an extra-dimensional being that, through happenstance, responded to the rituals of the Singers. There is no data that exists to point towards -1 being anything greater than level 3 Fistiphage entity, Faith Eater entity. So, still archive documents. Let's check out the current document. Let's jump around a little bit. I love teeths, don't we all? So, this is the current document. Object class Keter. Keter? I don't know how to pronounce that. Special containment procedures. All communities that could have possibly supported the 3004 event are to be monitored for uncharacteristic rises in death rate, and attendance at places of worship. If a community is shown to have been the host of an SCP-3004 event or events, all afflicted civilians are to be amnesticized. Any injuries or deaths that occur because of these events are to be given applicable cover stories. At no point is an individual known to be involved in an SCP-3004 event to be considered for Foundation employment, declass, or otherwise. MTF Y99 Altar Boys. Is that Altar Boys? Okay. Is tasked with responding to 3004 events in progress where possible and stopping them by any means necessary. All sightings of SCP-3004-2 are to be reported, which seems to be the Cicada, are to be reported to the Theology Department. Images of -2 are to be dismissed as hoaxes and deleted as necessary. All instances of -2 found in the wild are to be destroyed to avoid future 3004 events. As of Project Site C logs, there are to be no attempts to track -2 instances. Any attempt is to be made to destroy them before their disappearance. There is to be no further attempt of contacting -1. -1 will be contained through the cleanup of 3004 events and the destruction of -2 instances. So, for those to catch people up to speed, -1 is the Cicada God, and -2 seems to be the little cicada, the small ones. While there's 3004 are just like the events related to its appearance and worshipping. So, SCP-3004 refers to a series of anomalous events that occur in Roman Catholic, Eastern Catholic, Anglican, and Episcopalian communities. The events occur without any pattern connected to population or demographic other than religion. While the events are varied and have few similarities to unite them, the presence of -2 at each event proves a connection. The SCP-3004 events are rituals carried out by otherwise non-anonymous individuals in their place of worship. Despite showing a great divergence from Christian norms of worship, individuals involved in SCP-3004 events show great hesitation to stop engaging in the ritual, even though that involves self-harm. All individuals attending the place of worship for that purpose will not stop the rituals involved, even if their actions go against previously held morals. Ooh, appropriate song. Individuals who normally exhibit entomophobia, so fear of bugs, exhibit no fear of the SCP-2 instances involved in the ritual. Deaths that occur as a result of the rituals will be categorized as deaths by natural causes, regardless of what was done to the individual. Those who witness 3004 ritual express a renewed interest in their chosen faith and seek to convince friends and family to accompany them to their place of worship. So, like, a lot of religious people. Obsessed with the fractal syndrome stuff? Thank you. I'm waiting a little bit to start with the next parts, but hopefully I'll get back to work on the fractal series in a month or two. Yes, amnestics is like the easy way out. The entire world is on fire, just make them forget. Exactly. Okay. Examples of SCP-3004 rituals. This might be a good one to represent. Slaughter of a child. Okay, maybe not this one. Bearing traditional stigmata wounds, out of which crawled instances of -2. The child was killed when the officiating priest bit out the child's jugular. -2 instances crawled en masse from the wounds up to 6 hours after the child's death. Again, -2 is the cicadas. The forcible removal of the officiating priest's teeth by 12 children. The children and priests were then seen to vomit instances of -2. The teeth were served in the place of communion wafers later on during the Mass. Fantastic. The violent castration of every male who had reached puberty. Scrotal tissues were gathered and disseminated amongst the faithful and worn around the neck as scapulars. The castrated individuals then mimicked the cry of an unidentified cicada believed to be Cicada God, before many succumbed to blood loss. -2 instances were observed carrying off discarded testes. A visibly pregnant woman was chosen from the congregation and brought to the altar, where she laid and proceeded to give birth to over 60 instances of -2, and a stillborn infant wearing a wooden crown. The crown was burnt and the body consumed. Now, -2 instances resemble the extinct Cicada God, albeit with a much more colorful wing pattern than what has been described. Despite appearing in every way alive, -2 instances are primarily made of wood and glass. It is unclear currently if -2 instances are the cause of SCP-3004 events or vice versa. During a 3004 event, -2 instances are observed in prominent parts of the ritual. After a ritual, -2 instances exit the church and disappear after flying at least 600 meters away. The disappearance is hypothesized to be the -2 instances returning to -1, the Cicada God, either to fit it or perhaps to be given further orders. It is believed that -2 is a mechanism by which -1 collects belief or faith in order to consume. This is crossed out. It says it is unclear as to why -1 in its former incarnation did not seem to require the -2 instances. That's crossed out, so we don't know what happened. As of Project Site Lux, it is now known that -1 created the instances of -2 as a replacement for the extinct Cicadetta. There have been times when amnesics didn't work, but then they just kill the people that remember. That'll work as well, I guess. It's wacky, but it's fun. Okay. -1 is the entity that controls -2 instances believed to be fed by the rituals. -1 is a level 6 fistiphage entity. Pistiphage? Like a faith eater entity that exists in a dimension that exists partially within baseline reality but primarily above it. From within this dimension, it is currently unable to directly manifest itself into the plane of existence. However, if given enough belief from the -2 instances, it will be able to enter the current baseline reality, which would cause an XK class end of the world scenario due to the brutality of SCP-3004 events. So, if he gets too much faith, it causes the end of the world. -1 views itself as the deity worshipped under the umbrella of Christianity. Due to this, it is theorized that the beliefs of Christianity-based religions, especially Anglicanism and Roman Catholicism, melded with the beliefs of the Set Laity in such a way that the destruction caused -1 to feed on the beliefs of the only remaining familiar group. So there was kind of syncretism, and the Cicada God believed itself to be the Christian God, essentially. If -1 enters the baseline reality, Protocol Damnatio ad Bestias will be enacted. This will involve the usage of thaumiel objects. I don't know what that means. I think it's like big dangerous SCPs. And mass amnesics, which will serve to erase Christianity from the historical record. Cut off from its food supply, it is theorized to be the act that will fully neutralize -1. Addendum. It has been noted that SCP-2852 has ceased its appearances after the first recorded 3004 events. Due to the similarity of their manifestations, this is hypothesized to be related. Currently, all personnel assigned to 2852 have been reassigned to 3004. 2852 is another related SCP. Hey Nika. There are so many end of the world scenarios. Yes, if you just read the entire wiki, like literally anything could cause the end of the world. They really like that. Oh, thaumiel is the helpful ones, okay. Let's see, how long is this one? Not super long, but we can give this one a quick skim. Okay, so 2852, Keter? Whatever. I like to read the description instead of the containment procedures. Just get the gist of what's going on. Okay, so its instances have the appearance of middle-aged white male. Biologically, the cells are genetically identical in human. However, instances do not have any identifiable organs. Their bodies are made up of fibrous muscular tissue, with the teeth and hair being made out of chitin, chemically similar to those in the cicada family. The eyes of 2852 instances, while looking non-anomalous from a distance, are set in the sockets without any nerve connection. While capable of speech, despite having no vocal cords or analogous organs, 2852 instances do not show any grasp of language, speaking in a word salad. Despite this, all individuals of 2852 compatible event will perceive the subject as speaking intelligibly and will regard its actions as normal unless briefed of its anomalous properties beforehand. Individuals describe 2852 as being playful with a crude sense of humor, and all individuals affected will refer to the subject as Cousin Johnny, while sentients, 2852 instances do not appear sapient. So they appear at various Catholic and Anglican religious functions, treating as being an established member of the family, and they're accepted regardless of family resemblance or ethnicity. So it appears at weddings, funerals, all kinds of religious events. All attempts of tracking it have been made by failure. Each family gathering that SCP-2852 attends results in a different behavior, from the subject and different effects. Generally, the effects of 2852 appearing at a family gathering result in more serious damage done to children, although adults are not free from its effects. It is worth noting that stopping a 2852 instance before it involves itself in the religious ritual will not stop its effects from spreading, although they might be diluted. The effects of 2852 in an event is enough for its effects to start spreading among the family. When questioned after an event, all affected individuals report a feeling of fondness towards the SCP regardless of its actions during an event. Hey, Sora, thanks for banning the ISM bot. Yeah, usually if you get like a new first time chats and it's banned, it's gonna be a bot. Okay, so essentially it just crashes weddings and family events, and will cause like destruction of families and stuff, and it's related to this religion, so it might be like, I don't know exactly in what way it's related, but I think I'd rather represent the Cicada God itself rather than the Uncle Uncle Johnny. Where is it? Cousin Johnny, sorry. I think I'd rather go for the there's the protocol damnatio ad bestias. So I think that's what we should go for. If you guys want to read the rest, we'll just like kind of skim through it. Here it is in chat. So let's see. Oh, I realized I was on the wrong view, not on the browser view where it should have been. Whoops. Okay. Whoa, long paragraph. Basically, it's an extra-dimensional being who tries to reach an occupied plane of existence, eating our information, who believes itself to be a god. That's Cicada religion. But then believes that it's a Christian god because of proximity, has a very distorted interpretation of the religion, connecting the human faith. Faith show involved in Jesus and is bleeding on the cross and the themes of death and rebirth. The god actually believes it's helping humanity with this. It expands the SCP Foundation, destroys the Christian religion. That makes sense. Okay. So we obviously need a cicada. I really like this interpretation of the this interpretation by Amamidori of the cicada on the cross, kind of mixing that Christian religion symbology with the cicada. I think we could do it in a different way, so something in that vibe, but it's slightly different. The SCP declassified. Very long, but we can take a look if we got any questions. Okay, so I think first things first, we're gonna be looking for images of cicadas. Let's go to, I think maybe iNaturalist, who tends to have very good images. I was thinking maybe a cicada molt. So if you guys have seen it in the Megalomorpha series, one of the first stories used the cicada molt here. So let's take a look here. Why is it always in Spanish? It doesn't remember what. Where's English? Oh, hold on. Okay, so we're here, iNaturalists, and let's look for what we'll get if we just look for cicadas. Cicada, just the super family of cicadas, which is a million species. And we can just get any photos of cicadas. And let's look for photo licensing, no copyright, so we can use it without worrying. You're so terribly bored. What's that? Why is that, Sirit? I like this one. I like the front-facing view. It's not a very common one. I also really like molts, because just this kind of discarded skin. There are many good pictures of cicadas. I think it's such a large group of species that I think even just here in iNaturalist, we'll be able to find a bunch of different pictures from basically every angle. So retouching and watching content too much. Too much content. I can't be good. Look at all these molds. You have cicada skins in your room. Nice. Ooh. Is this one coming out of the molds? Yes. Oh, that's actually perfect. This is a cicada in the process of coming out of its mold. That could be a fun one to use. Also, the cicada is like all white. I like that. And a lot of the rituals related to it are all about like death and rebirth and that kind of thing, kind of like twisting the Christian beliefs. Let's see. What's that? Is that a A worm getting into the cicada vault. Fantastic. So we essentially have every possible angle. And very good close-up pictures, which is cool. Trying to see if we can find any other pictures of cicadas molting, or like coming out of the molt, sorry. These ones are very cool. Look at those semi-translucent wings. I like this one. Look at those neon green wings. It's very cool. And it also seems to be coming out of the skin. Very pretty wings, yes. I have so many pictures. This is great. I found this site, iNaturalist, to be a fantastic source of pictures. Oh, look at this one. Oh, it looks so nasty. It looks gross. I love it. Do you have the idea first and then you search for the image, or is it the opposite? It can be both. I tends to change from image to image. Sometimes I start with a very specific thing in mind and try to find an image that closely matches that. Sometimes I just start with the general idea. I just want to find a picture, and then based on that picture, just kind of the story builds itself, or the rest of the image builds itself. Oh, gross. It looks like a chicken skin. And the wings are just kind of scrunched up there. I don't know if that's a word. Let's see, let's view that observation. It seems to be a series of photos of the whole molt process. So, got a bunch of angles of it coming out, and finally comes fully out, and it inflates its wings. Look at how the wings inflate. So it starts with this kind of tiny little thing, and it just pumped blood into them, and boom, full wings. Isn't that fantastic? Yeah, it looks like they made it out quite well from the looks of this. It's cute. It's kind of gross as well, so it could be a very good base picture. So just to check, yeah, CC0, so public domain, or essentially similar to public domain. Yeah, the wings inflating are very cool. It's even more impressive in butterflies. So cicadas, they do something called kind of like incomplete metamorphosis. So they'll start as nymphs, which are tiny, smaller versions of the adults, and they'll progressively molt into the adult forms. So the nymphs might or might not have wings. In the case of most cicadas, they don't have wings, or they have like tiny little nubbins of the wings and bigger claws than the adults. And so they'll change forms progressively as they become adults. The ones with full metamorphosis are the ones that go from larva, pupa, adult, and the larva and the adult are completely different forms. Look at this one, just grab like that. Like organic origami. So that's the difference between my series Megalomorpha and it's Megalomorpha. There's this one is the fluke in Megalomorpha. I'm just keeping it within the series because I like the picture essentially, but it's technically like the odd one out. Every bug in Megalomorpha is part of that full metamorphosis family because that whole concept of metamorphosis and changing form is kind of like integral to the story and their life cycle. So that whole larva, pupa, adult thing is very integral, which is why things like cicadas or anything that's not a specific group of insects doesn't fit into the series. Which is why sometimes people ask me, when are you going to do spiders in Megalomorpha? I'm like, that's not even an insect. Also, spiders are overdone in horror. I just love when people grab them like this. How to hold a cicada. Okay, let's see. There might be more pictures of them molting. This one is there, but it's not very good. So many pictures. We are blessed on this day. We also have this kind of the prepared specimen look where the wings extended, which would be the approach. Well, not that much. Okay. The approach given here is not that. It's not that close to that. But it's that kind of like classic wing extended look that doesn't appear in nature except when flying for a brief moment, but is the typical like prepared specimen look. Look, the cicada is so proud to show like, look, I came out of here, look at this. Species undergoing such processes such as butterflies liquefying their cocoons, yes, and they construct a completely new body plan. They return information they learn in the parent state. It's wild. It is wild. It's part of what I love about Megalomorpha. You guys might like this story if you like that whole like liquefied reforming bug inside. And if you guys don't know Megalomorpha, I guess it's related to what we're talking about today. Megalomorpha. You got a link there in chat that will bring you to this page. I want to liquefy in a cocoon so bad. If only. Just a wing. Let's see. Hope we can find some more of them molting, but we do have very good ones already. But you know, having more choices is always good. I'll try to use any black magic to bring Megalomorpha to real life. I don't need to, they already exist. Oh, look at the scrungly wings. This one's just freaking out. This one's just on a sock. Oh no. Now it's a cicada sock. Now it's not yours anymore. Yes, more pictures of moths. Oh, this one's good. Let's see. Let's open the observation. Good, more options. Okay, we might never run out of observations here. These are filtered by public domain, by the way. Which means this is just a tiny selection of all the cicada pictures in this website. I guess they're very commonly observed. These are not very good pictures. Yeah, I guess they're very commonly observed because they just come out every few years and it's this huge thing, like they're everywhere. Depends on the species, but... Oh no! Caught. Hey, look at another one coming out. Ooh, this is nice. The wings are kind of messed up though. Feels like maybe it's one that died while trying to leave the molts. I don't know. This one's has some cool lighting. Yeah, I think we're definitely going for something in this vibe where we're seeing the cicada like mid-molt. I've outgrown my own skin. Time to molt then. Okay, now the question is, where do we put this cicada? We could have like people worshipping around it, though I don't know what kind of pictures we could use for that. Or we could have it be some sort of religious imagery, like kind of unconnected to the people worshipping it, but it's something like this, where you have the cicada and we mix it in with some Christian symbology. You know, you're kind of like death and resurrection kind of deal. So in that case, we would go for something a bit more abstract than your typical like found footage kind of thing. Also, that would distinguish it from this, where we have it's a moth, not a cicada, but you know, it's similar vibes of the mixing of religious imagery with big bugs, essentially. So I don't know if I'm determined to go through the whole list of images. This might be eternal. Don't know if we'll ever reach the end. And this is just a small selection that is public domain, so I cannot imagine how many pictures there are of cicadas in this website. Like half their servers must be full of cicadas. Is chalice called something different in English? The chalice? Where you would drink like the wine out of? Something like that? I think the ad quotes can only be used by VIPs and mods, if I recall correctly. So I don't know if subscribers can use it as well. I forgot. Oh, anyone can pull quotes though. I love that one. Siren Head X SCP, enemies to lovers, 30k words, slow burn, angst chapter 7 to 5. Oh my god. You know, there had to be a quote about teeth. Okay, I think let's call this search done. Oh, and we reached the end. So now we're happy that we've seen every picture there is to see, and we can now choose with full freedom. Okay, so my favorites, I like this one. I'm gonna put them. I'm just reordering the tabs, you guys can see that, but this one I love. This one's cool, but it's not like I would like it to be like mid coming out of the shell like this. Though I really love the wings of this one. This one's great, specifically this image. This one has some very cool lighting. Do I have a favorite bug? That's hard to say. I love so many bugs. Okay, so it's between this, and this. That's a lot. Okay, this one has a lot of images. And a lot of cool angles, actually. So I would specifically go for one of these where it's like literally coming out. Welcome to the bug cult. Enjoy your free inflatable bug ass. That was when I was making this image. I think that was to someone who subscribed while I was making this. And for some reason I said that. The creator, if he exists, has an inordinate fondness for beetles. Yes, there are so many species of beetles. I think it returns the Siren Head SCP-1 if there is nothing in the search. I think. If you just say quote, it just pulls a random one, as far as I know. Okay. I despise small round beetles. Why is that? What do you have against them? I really like this one. It's pretty much from the front. And we also have to think about what it would look like in a postcard, which is what we're gonna do with it. And it's not the best picture up close, but since the postcard is gonna look like kind of half-tone, old school, that's not a huge concern. So let's save that. Yeah, I think the Siren Head one might be like the first one. It just comes out if there's nothing in the search. I think that might be how it works. The creature would appear endowed with a passion for stars on the one hand and for beetles on the other. For the simple reason that there are 300,000 species beetle and perhaps more as compared with somewhat less than 9,000 species of birds and a little over 10,000 species of mammals. I love that. Yeah, God loves beetles, and I do too. I think you can also pull the number of the quote. If you like go do quote 15, it'll pull the number 15 one. I think. Okay. Small beetles just seem like they're hiding something. How would they hide from you? Okay, let's try to find a cool angle for this. I really like this. It looks kind of creepy. I would remove the colors so it doesn't look like chicken skin. So it's maybe like all white, and on the cocoon here is the cocoon. Keep calling it cocoon. The mold is maybe of a darker tone to do that duality kind of thing, like rebirth. So I really like this one. Yes, I learned about Gottfried today. It's so sad. There's a caterpillar that once it becomes a butterfly just loses its mouth. Many of them do. Moths as well. Not all species, but a big chunk of them do lose their mouth. There is a googly code. Let's see if there are any others that we can. I don't think if this one turned around, but this thing is very blurry in the back, so it wouldn't really work. One could look good. Let's download it. All these pictures are public domain, thankfully. Let's save image as. Gonna have to be original 2, I guess. Coming out of a human cadaver. That could be good as well. It will lose some of the religious imagery though. DC Baxter, thank you for the follow. I like this one because of the lighting. This one's not as good. I'd like it to be kind of front facing. Okay, let's see. From the ones we downloaded. Give me a sec. There we go. Discovered your work randomly on Twitter. Really love it. Thank you, Baxter. Yeah, the light here is very cool. You know, it works well for that religious vibe. I think we could technically orient this in. Okay, so we're gonna be working on this kind of card, which can be both horizontal or vertical. So whatever works best. I think we're gonna make just a standalone design, so we can have it on its own as well, and then I'll just translate it into the card later. So for now, let's focus on the standalone. Okay, let's see. I haven't saved this, by the way. So SCP-3004. There it goes. Kind of wish cicadas would say pastel after hatching. There might be some species. There are some species that definitely do. What are you looking at? This is cicada molting. A mosaic out of this definitely would be too difficult unless we start getting out the mosaic stones and spend a month doing it. Though I have edited mosaics before as if they were pictures, and that actually looks very good if you do it. It takes some work, but I've done it a couple times and I really love both. One for the Lycanthrope series and one for Megalomorpha. Pull out the Megalomorpha ones here. Here. Oh, for some reason the pictures are smaller here. I need to give it a check. There it is. Here, it used to be a lion in the original image. It takes a while, but it looks good if you do it well. Okay, so we have this, we have this, which would be turned around as well. And we have that. So all slightly different angles of essentially the same thing. Even the posture is very similar. All of them have those tiny wings that still haven't inflated or extended. I guess inflated is not the right word, but it feels like it inflates. I guess. Honestly, the wings made me think of the painted glass in churches. True, like the fully grown wings they do. And that's like one of the references. The references are to an extinct species of cicada that was named after like stained glass. Evil Smack, thank you for the follow. So let's see, what do I like better? So I really like the lighting in this one by default. It's very good and it'll work with the kind of like black and white aesthetic. We might go for this. This one's probably my least favorite of the three, and this one is between these two. Very similar. The lighting is a bit different, but we can always work with the lighting and do whatever we want. So it's not the biggest concern. Mostly about the angle. The Book of the Apocalypses. The narrator sees at the throne of God a bleeding ram, symbolizing Jesus, and also a parchment with 7 seals. I don't know if that would be like too much symbolism, or like symbolism that people would get. It has to be like immediately recognizable stuff, like the cross. The side profile is so strong, it has drama. That's true, it does have a lot of drama. Let's go with this for now. So we have a black background. That looks good. Let's start with the AI selection. Let's see how Photoshop fares in this. Hope it does a decent job, so it saves us time. Let's go. Give me a good one, Photoshop. That's good. That's good. It even recognized some of the interior edges. Not bad. Not bad for once, Photoshop. The Celtic and the Christian cross, I like that. What bothers me about the Celtic cross is that it's become a Nazi symbol, like a far-right symbol. Because assholes can't keep themselves from taking all the cool symbols from antiquity. Yeah, it has, unfortunately. It's a big, one of the big, like, neo-Nazi symbols, the Celtic cross. They keep taking all the cool stuff. It's very annoying. They do the same thing with all the pagan symbols from pre-Christian Europe, which are just, it's a very fascinating thing and topic and symbology. They just keep taking it for Nazi stuff, like, fuck off. Kids, remember to punch your local Nazi. It is the least we can do. Okay, hope the edge will look a bit better with this. Let's see. Come on, apply. What? Didn't do anything. It was meant to smooth this. Let's see. Now, okay. To do it twice for some reason. Even in East Asia, people recognize the swastika as someone representing negative. Depends on the context. In India, people still use it. It depends on the, I think on the side the swastika is facing. I think the one used in India would be like the mirror image of the swastika used by the Nazis. Might be wrong about that, but that's, as far as I know, that's how it's distinguished. You always gotta say it with context. Because it's still used by cultures around the world. Okay, we got the start of a selection going here. Lots of tendrils coming out. That's good. I like that. Okay, we've missed, and we're gonna miss a lot of little hairs coming out just because of the resolution of the image, not really allowing us to pick them up, but that's fine. It's not gonna be a big problem. I think we can just create a little bit of texture on those edges. and it should be fine. What would you do instead of your cat or dog, this creature as your pet? Well, I would take care of it and take over the world together. My pet Cicada God. High school, this kid kept making anti-Semitic jokes. I have a Jewish family, so every time he would do that, I would twist his arm until it stopped. Good. Okay, some more edges. I don't know if the final image will have enough definition for those edges to really matter, but I'd rather stay on the safe side. Scrambling for hearing protection. True. God, you imagine the sound of this enormous cicada. Could probably bust your eardrums if you're close enough. Oh, Vedic Hinduism uses both directions. Okay, right-facing version, swastika symbolizes the sun. Left-facing version, Sawastika, symbolizes Kaliman's tantric aspects. Interesting. Oh, Solarium, you don't need to justify punching an asshole or like hitting an asshole making anti-Semitic jokes. Okay, I won't advocate for violence except punching Nazis, because it is well known that they deserve it. I don't think I need to retouch this edge too much. The like here is slightly wonky, but it's just wonky in the original image. Okay, this edge maybe does need a little bit of cutting. Yeah, context generally makes it clear that you're dealing with a Nazi. Exactly. Don't know if I'm removing part of the lighting. No, I think it's part of the background that got in. Oh goddammit, I just remembered I didn't post the upside down face man to Instagram or anywhere else. Since we posted it during the stream yesterday on Twitter, I just kind of forgot the rest. Don't know why this just came to mind. hope I remember to tomorrow. Or else the Instagram algorithm gods will be angry at me. Well, if you missed it yesterday, we are close to 3,000 followers. We are at 2,976 followers currently. When we get to 3,000, one follower is going to get sacrificed to the algorithm gods. So brace yourselves. There will be a sacrifice. The sacrifice is nigh. I've heard it's the only way to appease the algorithm nowadays. You need to treat it like an elder god. Yes, sacrifice. Someone will get banned for no reason. For the gods. We will ask for volunteers, and if a volunteer sacrifices themselves, they will get a cool print or something. And it's not going to be a permanent ban. They can come back to life like the cicada. Okay, weird edges here. Could just paint him with black, to be honest. After 17 years. Yes, the sacrifice will be to the elder gods and to Gugliel, which is their messenger. You guys gotta keep up with the Valdevia mythology. Oh, and thank you for the save reminder. Why is it happening? If we reach 3,000 followers, we need to appease the algorithm gods. As is written. We'll put googly eyes on the sacrifice. Okay, let's see. Let's put some color, or remove some color in this case. Because I think it would be cool if the cicada was like purely grayscale. It's like very bright and godly looking. It's akin to having an unusually bountiful harvest, so you put some aside for the fairies, exactly. Can be some sort of festival, like a tradition, you know? Like, if we're gonna do this, let's make it a full, like, pagan festival. Yes, the 3,000 will become 299. I guess I'll just make it pretty much fully grayscale, and then we can use that layer to determine how much. Why are you guys giving up for Lent? Give some sort of overlay here. I think, hold on, I'm gonna make the background some kind of gray so we can actually see what's going on in this area. Yes, we're turning this into a full-on pagan festival. Why not? We have to go all in. Putting googly eyes on the person's sacrifice, which will make them blind, and they need to find a lycanthrope tooth on the cigarettes. It's beautiful. That's symbolic. Can fire be involved? Are we metaphorically burning this random user? I think. See, if we want to like sacrifice a volunteer, at the very least, it has to be something. Something like quick and painless. We can't burn them alive, I think, and nobody will no volunteers will come forward if that happens. I'm really hoping there's a volunteer that decides like, yeah, I'm gonna get a ban in exchange for a print or a t-shirt or something. I really hope someone is brave enough to do that. At least some kind of glitter. Glitter might be worse than fire. What's the postcard thing you mentioned earlier? So we're making this Cicada God design, and then we're going to be turning it into a postcard for the SCP archives. Which I think they put out a tweet. Hey, there they are. So it's an SCP podcast. Let me link to their Twitter actually. So you guys can find their stuff if you're interested. We can go together like a virtual main queen and a horned god. You know, like how they say for content creators on the internet, it's good to have like little like I guess like inside jokes or like cute pet names you call your followers. No, I'm having pagan rituals where I sacrifice them. That's the vibe I want to have. so I'm thinking the eyes could be entirely black. Let's see, what's the color layer? This one's at 80%, so it's going to be like the base color layer, base color, and this might be like color 2. Let me name layers because they're getting unwieldy. Okay. This is a hardcore sacrificial cold corner. What can we get from getting sacrificed other than a print and some merch? Do you guys propose anything? It's as far as I thought, but I'll take any ideas for cool gifts to the departed. You know, it's how they when they buried pharaohs, yeah, in ancient Egypt, they buried them with a bunch of stuff for like the journey, or again with like Viking chiefs, they were buried with a bunch of their cool things they had and food and stuff for the journey. It's the same kind of thing, right? Like, we're gonna sacrifice someone, but they're gonna go out in style. If it's a volunteer. If there's no volunteer, we'll just sacrifice someone at random, and it might be one person that followed me 2 years ago and has never seen my channel up to that. And they might be very confused as to why they might be banned, but if there are no sacrifices, like the show must go on, so. Yeah, maybe a free commission for the sacrificed. And some good gratitude. Yeah, like everybody will thank you for being the one. Everybody can like whisper messages on Twitch to the sacrificed, so that they to send them departing gifts. Like, it has to be a whole thing. The sacrificed volunteer should feel honored to be the one, right? Or an emote of the sacrifice. Create an effigy of the banned ones with googly eyes to symbolize their blindness and to honor googly the all-seeing. And print off the results and burn it live on camera. Oh my god. Yeah, like creating an effigy on Photoshop. Oh my god, I would have to get my printer running to like sacrifice it in real life. See, if I knew how to carve wood, I would carve a wooden effigy of the band, like representing our sacrifice. If only. Hey, anyone in chat can carve wood? Create a ritualistic effigy. Imagine getting an email from someone you followed years ago, and it's congratulations, you're getting sacrificed. You're ascending to a higher plane. You're still out on the Discord. Yeah, it's just for the Twitch. But we'll do a similar thing on the Discord when we get to 1,000. So you're not out. You're not out of danger yet, but we'll all get an agi.io. And we draw on thing that we're giving to the... Oh! agi.io. What's that? Like a... somewhere where people can draw... Oh yeah, like a collaborative canvas. Yes, I like that. How many followers do I have currently? 2,976. So we are 24 away. Oh, not that far. Might be like a few short streams until it happens. Everyone knows that printers are truly demonic. True. Yeah, it rounds the number for... I think the number you guys can see is a rounded version, but I can see the exact one. So I hope some of you guys are considering becoming volunteers and serving the greater purpose of piecing the algorithm and helping the celebration and next harvests. The next harvest of Photoshops is gonna go great if you guys help me out. Yeah, like a big canvas for everyone to draw on. How do you feel about the fact that I get a top surgery? I won't keep my nipples and still get googly eyes tattoo. You're saying it, how it's serious? That's great. But you should also have some like real life googly eyes so that they can move and put them on special occasions. That's awesome, Solarium. Truly, Googly L will be pleased to hear of this. Okay, so I'm feeling like since we have this very strong lighting, we could make it feel like the lighting is coming from here, from the center of its body. So first thing we can do is just right behind it, with this glowy aura. And then go to the edge and remove all the shitty edges, or paint them over. We can leave a little bit of them so there's still things are still like viewable. They don't like entirely get lost in the brightness, but you know, to go with the godly aesthetic. Oh my god, a blemmies, yes. Do you guys know about blemmies? I talked about it on stream a while ago, but for the newer folks, blemmies are medieval creatures. And did I read it right? Yes. So they are medieval creatures described in like old travel books and stuff, said to be like this faraway race of people that they don't have heads. They just have faces on their torsos, and they're so like such good illustrations of these. They are part of a bunch of like a group of mythologized fake species of humans that were talked about during the Middle Ages. Look at this. This is so good, these woodcuts. But here are these, like the group, the gang. These are the blemmies. These are the Kynocephali. Kynocephalon, I think, or Kynocephali probably for the plural, which is the dog-headed people, which we're actually using in our lycanthrope series. We're kind of like mixing them in with the lycanthropes. These are, I don't recall the names of these two, but they're, well, this might be just a cyclops. I don't know if it has a different name. Ones that have two faces, and then there's the monopods, which just have one very large foot, and they live in the desert, according to the legends, and so they run around, they just jump around this foot, and when they get too hot, they just lie down, and with their huge foot, they put it in front of them to give themselves shade and to cool down. I love this. It's so silly. But my favorites are definitely the blemmies. Schedule it for Litha Midsummer. Like to be busy with academic conferences and archival research anyway. When's Midsummer? It's still a while away. So no, we'll schedule it. It's not going to be a long time until 3,000 followers, I think. So they look like they came straight out of Spy Kids. Absolutely, I love blemmies. Yeah, we'll definitely get to 3,000 before June 24th. We won't do it on the spot on the moment we get to 3,000, because I want to like let people know and make it like a little event, just for the silliness of it. So it'll be its own stream, or at least at the beginning of the stream, we'll do the ceremony and then continue with just regularly scheduled art like nothing happened. And we need to give it a good name that feels like a fall horror movie. It could just be The Festival. How do you guys feel about The Festival? Oh, by the way, do you guys remember I showed you this last few streams? I had this huge cyst appeared on my wrist. It's gone. I literally woke up today and it's like there's a tiny remnant, but it just disappeared by itself. It's great. It can be great or it can be terrible, because it can mean two things. It can mean that the cyst reabsorbed, or that it like went inside instead of outside, and it'll start like compressing the inside of my wrists, and it'll cause a huge problem like it did once. Hopefully that didn't happen. My wrist is feeling perfect, so I think it just reabsorbed. It's good news. It means I won't have to stop doing art for a while if it happens, because it hurts like hell and I can't really do a lot with my wrist when it happens. So yeah, good news. Do it on the closest full of dark moon. I like that as well. Ding dong, the wicked sister's dead. Or it might just be getting ready for the festival. Google knows you're planning appropriate sacrifices. See, right, we decided yesterday that we would sacrifice someone once we got to 3,000. And Google heard our pleas and healed my wrist. Oh my god. And thank you for the savior matter. Yes, I do have a brace. It's right here, actually. I have this brace. It's kind of immobilizing. It has these. There we go. These hard things you can put in. So you could have it be pretty hard and immobilizing, or just kind of soft and more comfy. So I've been using it the past few days when I've had this big cyst, but if it stays like this, I won't need to use it anymore. But I still have it. It's pretty comfy. I tend to remove it for streams and for art because it just like reduces my mobility a little bit and makes me a bit more clumsy with art. And if it's not like super inflamed, I can usually like it won't bother me to remove it for a few hours. At the festival, the cyst will become back bigger than ever. And the cicada will come out of it. Oh my god. Noob, thank you for the follow. Let's see, I want to make this whole area feel like bathed in light or washed out in light, so it kind of blends in with the background. So some areas I might just entirely wash out, some I might leave some edges so you can still see what's going on behind it, depending on the proximity to the source of light, which would be this. And then maybe I can make a big old ball of light right about here, which would be the center of the abdomen. So it feels like it's emitting it. And it kind of connects with the one we drew on the background here. Or how about... Oh, I can't... Okay, I have another idea. We have this whole washed out area. I'm gonna keep that. But the light is coming from the edge here. Burning Man? No. The Wicker Man. That's the vibe we're going for. No huge music festival. We're going for folk horror, terrifying ritual. Okay, so I'm gonna make this edge. There we go. New layer, and we give it that edge. There we go. When I had a brain scan, the doctor told me I had a cyst next to my amygdala, but he said it's fine. It might just be a small cyst. Sometimes those happen. If the doctor didn't show any concern, then it's fine. Senor Cicada. Positively glowing today, absolutely. So here we go. We could have the light come from inside. Bathe everything around it, and then in the background, instead of having this, actually I could keep this. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna keep this outside. Gonna open it up here. Gonna just open this up to this whole area so there are no weird edges. Go. Now I can draw and it'll go in the background as well. So we don't have to worry about replicating it in different layers and fancy stuff like that. We can just draw. The only time I get ideas for monsters anymore is when I'm laying in bed trying to sleep. Yeah, that's usually a good time for inspiration for me as well. I've had some of my best ideas while trying to sleep and not being able to. But then again, I have sleep disorder, so sometimes that's many hours. Sometimes it just be like that. Okay, so now we have rays of light shining like that. Even have them continue in the background, foreground like this, and then make them fade out. Let's see. Again, let's not get weird edges, so I'll overdo that a bit. The only nightmares you have is about bugs. Well, that's... You could probably get some cool designs out of that. What is the music? The one from before was from a game called Poly Bridge, which just has this really cool, relaxing soundtrack. So I just pulled it into the. It's like this little puzzle game about building bridges. It's actually a very fun game. So there we go. I like this better than the light coming out of the center of the body here. I like the glowing carcass here. Let me fix those edges a little bit because they were made just on the spots, free-handed, so let's go in and soften them up a little bit, make them adapt to the real edges better. Googly eyes! Okay, where are we putting the googly eyes? Here's my thought. You guys would think I would put them here, right? But oh, let me check. Selected two of them. What if we actually put them here? Well, actually, that would be just one side. The other is. We wouldn't really see a lot here. Well, it can just be peeking out like that. There we go. New eyes for this. Hey, Karakan. Had a dream where a mosquito was the size of a husky. Have you seen this then? Hold on. Have you seen El Mosco? No, you have. I'm the artist that's bringing your nightmares to life. And talking about, I literally pull out the mosquito picture and a mosquito lands on my finger. It went somewhere. It escaped my view. But I'm not kidding, they're trying to take vengeance. My part of that family, you will never know. Tonight is good. We're doing this rare Tuesday stream because I'm not here tomorrow, since I usually do them on Wednesdays. So we're here doing some commission art for the SCP archives, this cool SCP podcast based on the 3004 SCP or Imago about the Cicada God. I literally summoned, I think I'm summoning them. The more I talk about that mosquito piece I did the other day, the more they come after me. I'm looking around to see if I can spot it, because since, you know, I have these low walls, like low ceilings, sorry, they like to just stay there on the ceiling sometimes and just like be really close to my face to get me when I'm not looking. The bastards. They're so smart. It was the mosquitoes that got my cysts, yes. Maybe I can thank them for that. So you're being retweeted by SCP Twitter. Oh, the official SCP Twitter? Let me check. Or SCP, or the SCP archives. Okay, SCP archives. Or maybe like people within SCP Twitter. I was like, that would be crazy of the official accounts. But like, I know who runs it, so I wouldn't be super surprised if they did that. Since, I don't know if you guys know this story, but Yossi, who's one of the people who runs the SCP accounts, is on the Discord server. So every time some lame person starts commenting, "Is this SCP on my art?" I just tag them on Discord. Tag Yossi on Discord. So they use the full power of the SCP Twitter accounts to troll them. It's always very funny. Looks like it has googly eyes. Yes. Okay. For the new folks, the googly eyes are a reward that people can get with the stream points. That will make me put some googly eyes somewhere in the picture. They just stay for the stream. They're not for the final design. Hell, googly L. Everyone that has it, put your googly L emotes in chat. Our new animated emotes. It's very cute. The more a person hates bugs, the more bugs like them. Okay, so we have this glowing bug coming out of the shell. I want to make this part of the shell look darker. I don't want it to look like pure black, because then it'll kind of blend in with the background, and I do want to have a dark background. Horseflies? What are horseflies? Horseflies. Oh, how are they called in Spanish? Oh, tábanos, of course. Yes, we call them tábanos in Spanish. There you go. That's your free Spanish word of the day. Yes. Oh my god, those bites. Thankfully, they don't like me very much, but they used to sting my sister like crazy. It was very unfortunate. They chase you and it's horrific. The high priest Valdevia. Oh, another word in Spanish. Oh, there we go. Cicadas is cigarras. Quite similar, but it has that R. Everyone practice your R's at home. Your R's and your Jotas. Very important. There will be a test. It has to be something FXy that we can add to your ideas. Full googly eye animation. Ooh. That would be very cool. Like a full googly eye animation where apart from moving its eyes, it's bending its wings. That would take like an insane amount of animation because like 8 wings, I think. Also, thank you for the save reminder. I've been stung by a bee once. I sat on a bee that was sitting in a chair out in like outside of a bar, I think, or of a cafeteria, yeah, which is like chairs on the outside. And I sit down and I didn't notice that there was a bee on the chair, and it stung my butt through my pants. Like got through my pants somehow, and it stung my butt. It was painful. The butt sting. Did I deserve it? Yes, I sat on it. But it was not intentional. That's what I get. Also, hi Theo. Googly eye transition where it floats mid-screen and it floats a fur of light feathers and googly eyes. Oh, we got the bots. We got the bots. I don't think Sora's here. I'll take care of it. Okay, let me hide the googlies for a second because I'm gonna shade that area. Ooh, there we go. To see what I'm doing. So I don't know, I think we should add some color because right now it just looks grayscale, but I want it to look like, you know, the skin here, like the discarded skin. I think the technical term is exuvia, but don't want to be a nerd. It's like black or very dark, and the Cicada God is purely white. Kind of do that whole rebirth thing. Bathe in light. Kind of blending in the arm and the face, which I shouldn't do. There's so many cool Latin words for bug stuff, yes. Imago is the Latin name for the adults version of the bug. I think both in partial metamorphosis bugs like this one's and full metamorphosis. I might be wrong about that though. Then of course we got pupa and larva. Which are both Latin words. We got nymph, which is I think, yeah, it comes from Latin as well. It's an English word, but nymph would be like the young version, so like the one that would have this skin of partial metamorphosis insects. And it's cool because the nymphs are also a folklore thing, so cool naming choices. Nerdery is sacred. You would say that, nerd. I'm kidding. Everyone here is a nerd, true. Gotta eat dinner. Okay, kimono, sorry. Have a good night. Larva, nymph, chrysalis, specifically for butterflies, yes. Separate imago stages might just be numbered. Not sure about separate names for each stage. I mean, there are like a million insects that go through that would have an imago phase, so I guess maybe it would depend on the species and how many phases they go through. Proud nerd. Hell yeah. Imago just means image. I think it might be one of those cases where it came to mean image, but in the original Latin it has a slightly different meaning. I don't know. Maybe someone that knows or that looked it up can tell us what imago comes from. Yes, okay, from Latin imago, image or likeness. From imitate, yes. The name is due to the fact that such an insect, having passed through its larval stages and having, as it were, cast off its mask and disguise, it has become a true representation or image of its species. Very interesting. A well chosen name. I love that. See, we're all a bunch of nerds, aren't we? There's no denying that. Okay, now I'm thinking, where do we put this in terms of background? Do we have like an abstract background? Kind of like what we have already, something pretty simple to go with the fact that it's more of an abstract representation and not really a literal image that we're seeing, or should we give it a more concrete background? I'm thinking church. It would make it maybe too literal, like having a church and people worshipping it or something like that. We should maybe have a cross behind it. I mean, if we turn things around, we could have it be on top of a cross. No, googly eyes, can't forget. If we do this, it can be We can have a cross like on the wall, on the metaphorical wall, and it's coming out of it, or we can have it like it is and have a cross behind it. It is really a linguistic channels masquerading as a horror art channel, it really is. The cave, because resurrection. You can have a cross as a treat. Coming from the cave. Maybe we're laying the same metaphor over and over, though, because the coming out of the discarded, the exuvia here, the discarded malt, is already kind of a metaphor of resurrection and coming out of the cave. We could have it be inside a cave, though. It could be a cross on the floor, yeah. It could be here. But I would also like it to be behind. Or maybe be something different. So take the image, rotate 90 degrees. So we have a vertical one now. We take this, rotate 90 degrees again. Here. We'll fix that little edge there, don't worry. That's a combination of the layer mask not being there, now it is, and just me not having painted that area because it was outside the image. That's not a huge concern. But here is what I was thinking. Since we have that whole glowing light thing, maybe we have a cross made out of glowing lights. Let me draw it very shadily, but something like this, right? I think that would fit this design kind of well. What do you guys think? Let me do it, but well. And right now I'm kind of painting it, but we could definitely get some real images of rays of light to get some actual like textural detail in there, and kind of mix them in with what we've been painting. Get some like smoky textures, that kind of thing. More like a caustic, like it distorts light. Draws it back in a cross shape. How would you make that? Maybe the cross can be made out of some material. Maybe it can be like tentacle-like or something like that. Or some like wisps of smoke. So it doesn't like interfere with the light we have here already. Like some kind of wispy texture. Kind of like distortions in space-time of sorts. 'Cause it's supposed to be this this creature from, you know, not our dimension. It exists on a different plane. So it kind of materializing in ours would have all these sorts of distortions. I wouldn't make like literally a portal, but something that feels like that would be nice, maybe. Let's see, we'd need something a bit brighter for the background. Cross made out of cicadas might be a bit too bit too much, bit too complex. Glass and wood is described in the... We could have some kind of stained glass. We do have... Oh, yeah, caustic. I don't know that was called. Let me see if I can find something like that, Karakan. That's a great idea. Yes, the googly eyes are very important, sorry. As we all know. Say hi to the blemmies. Let's see. I wonder if I can look for caustic here. That's too much of a specific word. Maybe Wikimedia. Not here. There we go. We got some examples here in the glass of water. Here on the water. Googly eyes! Hey! Why did this make it here into the search? Oh, because the username is called Caustic Armadillo. Caustics. Yeah, same results. Usually the plural and the singular will give you the same results in most search sites. Googly eye was here. Blessed us with his presence. I'm also take a quick peek at texture labs and see some like glass lens effects. That's some cool like glass distortions there. They usually tend to be circular, but I mean there's streak flares. The lens flares might be a bit much. Lens warp, I kind of like these effects. You'll be sitting in a chair 60 years in the future and you will still be hunted by the googly eyes. Absolutely. Ooh, I like that lens artifact. I don't think it would fit here, but could be used somewhere. Here's a caustic lens artifacts. These are really cool textures. Then we got a lot of sun flares, bouquets. Ooh, I like this one, Fresnel lens. I like those little glass textures. This is the types of lens used in lighthouses, if I recall correctly. Oh, another Fresnel lens. Ooh, this is good. Okay, you can definitely make some sort of cross with this. This might be the one. It nearly feels like rips in space or something like that. Okay, we're definitely trying this. As you see an effect and you're like, this is the one. I think Fresnel lens, let me look it up. I think it's the ones in lighthouses. Yes. If you guys want to see, you got Wikipedia there. Fresnel lenses. Look at that. That's great. So we can give it some perspective here and have that be centered around the cicada. I can see the mosquito. It's right there. It's too far for me to swat it, but don't think I'm not watching you. They make great candle shades, interesting. Okay, I might just pick the two different sides, separate them. Like so, there we go, that looks better. And then I can have a copy of this one, maybe we flip it, we mix it around a little bit so it doesn't feel like the same one. Or we take the upper part, like this. We make it be the top part of the cross. Then we turn all of this into screen layers. There we go, we'll get some weird overlaps, but we'll fix them. Oh, you have a great night, XCS. Thanks for coming. Hey, Heavenants. Welcome. Oh, and thanks for the save reminder. Couldn't do it without you guys. Who was here that time that I lost like a full stream pretty much of work? Because my computer crashed as I was trying to show people really uncanny valley furry Photoshop pictures with a curse. I got cursed there. Shoutouts if you were there for that moment. See, now that I can make stream moments, then give a badge to everyone that's there in cool moments. That's if I could apply that retroactively, I would have done that for that very special time. The streamer who pronounced my name right. Well, I usually get them wrong, so I guess you're one of the lucky few that get their name pronounced right, or the entire thing, because sometimes I take the first 3 letters of the username and just pronounce that. I don't know when you ever save. You can see if I do Ctrl S, you can see it here. Of course, not like you'd be looking at that corner all the time, but I do appreciate the reminders nonetheless. Let me see, there was another Fresnel lens a bit before this. Let me get it and apply it, because it just looks cool. This one has a lot of reflections though. Not as cool as the other one. Let's just go in here and maybe try the one we do have, but removing those 2 big artifacts and just keeping the rest of the texture. Oh, are you doing effects on Cuphead? I didn't know that. I know an animator that worked on Cuphead. Two, actually. Yeah, they're great lenses. They have these really small ridges. If I flip this vertically and then I combine both versions, let's see if that works. Maybe the ridges won't really agree with each other, but there we go. It gives us some cool background textures. Oh, Lighthouse Studios, just talking about lighthouses. Appropriate. Let me go here and go to atmosphere. Get a couple atmospheric, maybe this dust one, or this dust one that with a source of light, so we can apply it with to the source of light that we already have. Plus some wispy, or not wispy, some kind of soft, smoky texture. This one might do. If you guys don't know, Texture Labs is a great website for free textures. They just have great stuff. Doing good, Indigo, thank you. So if we apply this here, maybe give it, let's see, what can we give it to? We put this on screen. We can give that light some blue texture within it. Though I might have to edit this a bit darker. And reduce saturation to pretty much 0. Let's see. Yeah, that's nice. And then the smoke. I think I might do the same here, where I just apply it like this. Maybe apply it as soft light this time. It just gives the light this smokier, more natural texture. The googly eyes are always above everything, yes. They have to be there. Very important for the composition. Giving this some lights so that I can then add some shadow, as counterintuitive as that sounds. I want to have the part right below the cicada to be kind of in shadow. So instead of adding a shadow, I'm just adding light around it. Yeah, effects animation is very cool, because first, like, you guys are like unsung heroes, and you have to do super hard stuff. But it really pops when you see like a splash of water or something that's super realistic and well animated. It's always very impressive. You know, fire, smoke, those kinds of things. I can really appreciate that sort of thing because I do work with a lot of effects usually in my edits, you know, like from smoke right now to what I've had to work with water a ton before I did horror. So it's hard to try understanding how things work, like how physics go. I can really appreciate that work you guys put in. Yeah, I don't know how really cool, talented people always end up here. It just sort of happens. But I am glad. Add some colors in. Let me hit the googlies for a sec. And then there's you? No. If you're here, you're cool and talented. There's no exception. Did I stutter? Everyone here is cool and talented. It's just how it goes. No changing that fact. Okay. Some soft light, maybe we'll amplify it. It's a role. It's stipulated in the contract. You guys all have to sign when following this channel that you are cool and talented. So don't come at me with that kind of stuff, unless you've been lying in your contracts, which would be illegal. So. We have to hide it plain sight. If we do our job right, nobody even thinks about what that was hand animated. That's true. When you don't notice it, it's job well done. I can say the same about a lot of my stuff, so I understand that mindset. I still have some ridiculously good barnacle photos. Ooh, nice. If you ever want to share them, feel free to drop them in the sacrificial altar on the Discord. You never know when you'll need a barnacle. I need to add some color. Because we kind of removed it all. What if we actually leave the original colors? Because now with all the edits, like not considering what it looked like before, which was, you know, kind of weird. Now if we do live it, kind of looks not bad. It's supposed to be like a stained glass. Like stained glass is part of its aesthetic, right? Those colors actually did that, kinda? Try to share in the Discord once I get to them. I have all the roles to scan. I have a bunch of pictures that I have yet to scan from my grandfather's collection, but I have this huge collection of old pictures that, like, there are some like personal family ones, but there are some very cool ones, like this doggy. This is from Morocco. This is my grandpa. I want that jacket. But yeah, I still need to scan a bunch. I have a sense that this invisibility as a mark of skill might be true of many crafts. True. Talent is creating monster designs while trying to sleep. That's a talent, exactly. That's something you can develop and exploit. Exploit in the good sense of exploiting. What if we turn the vibrance up? Okay guys, tell me, what do you prefer? The colorful version of the black and white one? Oh, considering... Oh, of course, because a lot of it is that I added color on top here. The colorful version would be this if I didn't add my own color as well. So that's why it has some pink-ish. It's because I added that. We won't let you bully yourself. I will not have self-deprecation in this space. I kind of like these purples. Yeah, you guys like color? Okay, good. Let's go with it then. Yeah, maybe we can give the light some cool color as well. The light is here on top, so it's not getting affected by our color layer. So we could create a separate one. And in fact, of course, like the pure white part of the light won't be affected, but everything that it touches, like around that pure bright area, it could get some pink colors or something. I don't know why pink, I decided, but... Ify Cat, thank you for the follow. Welcome. I like this. I like these blues as well. Some more strange colors to add to the collection. does resemble fine china, true. I feel like with this color, the light behind those rays of lights would also have the same tones. I don't want to overdo it with that color because these reflections can have a little bit of a rainbow effect around them. So if I just add color straight on like that, it might hide that a bit too much, but it helps with the color vibes, I think. So colorful, it's pushing back to gray. True, it's kind of getting the colors mixed in. But yeah, it's definitely more interesting than the colorless version. And of course, we can't forget the googlies. But before we put them back on, we combine everything into a layer and just try out effects. Thinking blues and pinks here. I kind of liked it with a lower exposure like this. But then the mold here just becomes nearly invisible. So let me hit OK here. And go back to the mold and maybe try and... Oh, there we go. I thought it was blocked for a second. Try to lighten that a little. Okay, so it's one of these layers mostly. There we go. It's this layer that's doing most of the job of darkening. And then this one. How big is the creature supposed to be? It's not like a very like it's supposed to be huge, but it's not meant to be a physical representation of it. It's more like, you know, a symbolic one. Habman, thank you for the follow. So I have to be careful not to remove too much shadow because some of them serve an important purpose of blending this into the image. So I have to be slightly careful. So it's got a blend, but it doesn't. It can't like disappear into the background too much. We could also apply some color contrast. Thinking. Because the shell is kind of blue. So if we make the background here, because we're going for blues and pinks, We give it some pink. It should give it a little bit of extra contrast. Then I'll reduce the shadows. Or I'll leave them like this. Okay. Mix everything. Is that a dolphin? Very far from it. That's a cicada, like the title says. A regular sized cicada being a god. I like that. And the same significance and power as a dog-sized cicada god. Or as an enormous cicada god, but regular sized. I like that. Oh, there's a mosquito. See the bugs, they attack me. They don't like what I do. I still feel like there's not enough. Oh, there's just one Google guy. Like there's not enough contrast. May require a more severe darkening of this whole lower area. This, but maybe in soft light or something like that. For the postcard version of this, I think the background is not going to matter because I'm just gonna make it like a clean version without that background. But for the standalone, I think it's quite important to have some contrast there. There we go. That's much better. Yeah. The mosquito god against the cicada god. Dishing it out. Let's see, effects. I need some grain just to the quality of the original picture. But not too much because I don't want to destroy these cool textures. Too much grain. What vignettes do we do here? Yeah, I love that glass texture. Oh, and thanks for the save reminder. I can't save while I'm in this menu, but I will once I get out of it. Let's see, color grading. The highlights, definitely be getting some of that purplish color. Let's see, maybe it's something closer to red. The highlights either being red. Lighter or colder, I don't know. go with warmer. Caramel dancing time? Yeah. I still kind of like turning the exposure down. I really like what it does to this area. But it really just hides everything else, so can't really do that much. Can turn down the highlights a little bit, but I can't do that too much. Let's see. That is before. That is after. I want to try something. Going to take a selection of this, create a new layer, keep that as a layer mask, vector mask. Give that some soft lights. And we can make that pop out a little bit more, because, yeah, it was just blending in so much. And I forgot to save, you're right. Maybe some other general soft lights. Something to give the background a little bit more presence. Take a look at the general composition. I feel like we're kind of working within the, you know, postcard. Actually, no, I think postcards might be a different ratio. Let's see. Let's do a quick test here. Yeah, actually I do have to crop out a little bit vertically from the design if I want to do postcard. But that's no problem. There's like a little bit leftover space there, so I'll just do that. What's your drawing pad? I'm working on a Wacom Intuos medium size. Here it is. Okay, so this would already be like postcard sized. I'd still like to go for that, for more of an old school postcard vibe, so dark backgrounds don't really work with that too well. So I'll probably find an alternative take on that for the postcard design if the commissioner likes this. If they want to go for something different, then we can just try something different. Yeah, I'm really liking the colors and stuff. It's pretty. Or I mean, if they want to keep that vibe for the final postcard, the problem with really dark colors and postcard and like anything printed is that, can you see when I put this in CYMK? This is the original. This is CYMK. CYMK doesn't have as much of a range in black, so we would need to find an alternative lighting where we can still, like within CYMK, still show that contrast. So it would need some readjusting if you want the postcard to really look like it has a pure black background and not like some kind of washed out gray. Black and gloss could look very cool. It's a velvet poster. Yeah, some glossy paper will go with that, but they might already have the paper and everything kind of planned out from, like everything kind of set up already. So it'll be at their discretion. Let's see. I think it should have some lettering or some kind for the postcard design. So maybe right here in perspective, and you have 3004, right? I think Century Gothic actually might work well, because if we go for that modern design. And this is a quick little test here. Let's get the SCP logo, PNG. I think it should be like on Wikipedia or wherever. Yeah, there it is. Go. So, okay, let's see. There we go. Something like drawn on the ground like that. Because it's the least busy part of the postcard, so I feel like it would work like that. If we go for this type of design, and we don't like remove the background, go for something lighter. We go for that like dark glossy. Okay, hold on. Century Gothic, maybe bold. Yeah. Let's see, maybe. Actually, you know what I should have done? Let me go back a bit. I should just take the two things and modify them at the same time. That would waste much less of everyone's time. Maybe with a bit of a squashed feeling. Then we do a pure white, by the way. I think it's not. Okay, good to know. Now it should be. Can I? What? What? Oh, it's because this is a smart object. Oh yeah, the Nick Cage color out his face. It's a good movie. I think it's one of the best, like, Lovecraft adaptations on film. I think it's very hard to visually adapt that style. Could be something like this. Some shadow from the bug. Again, if we go for that modern style. It just kind of stays hidden like this. Maybe with a bit of color. Oh sure, this needs to be... Let's see, let's find a good color. Gotta watch this a goof because Nick Cage. Yeah, Nick Cage, you never know what you'll expect from Nick Cage. It's more often than not surprising. Let's see. Put this in normal, 100%. And we combine these. Turn it into one normal, one overlay. Pass through here. There we go. The overlay doesn't really work. Did you see? Yes, I saw some question. Somebody posted on Twitter some stuff from the AMA. It was fun. Let's see. What happens if I add an overlay like this? There we go. Just darkens the whole thing a bit. As long as it adds a bit of texture, I'm fine with that. Yes, I do love the hot pink to purple. It's a good combo of colors. I don't know, we could try many different things with the titles here. There's just like one quick attempt that could work in there. Could also be here behind, but I kind of don't want to mess up the halo in that part of the composition because I think it looks cool. Kind of galactic. Yeah, I agree. I like that. It's a good description. Almost bought some Galaxy shoes yesterday. Let's see, let me add a bit of darkness here. Let's see, let me get some of that pink for different areas. No, it doesn't really work down here. Yeah, I think that's as much as far as we can get today before, you know, seeing the opinions of the client, who has, of course, the last word in all this. But it's been fun. I really like this SCP. I think it's fun to do, you know, the one SCP that a lot of people mistake my work for. It's like, here's a fun reversal. Now I did art of it. and for one, do something that's not like entirely like representational and photographic, but something that's a bit more abstract and like symbolic. That's fun. I don't get to do that a lot lately because I tend to do this more found footage style where we're trying to like imitate photography instead of just doing its own thing. So I think that's a nice change of pace in that sense, especially after that super long month of only working on the Ziggurat series. If you guys don't know what the Ziggurat series is, too late. I finished working on it, but it will start coming out. It's not a series, it's one very long thread that's going to come out over several days. But I'm probably, okay, so this week I am going to be, for most of the week, I'm going to be like starting tomorrow and at least until Saturday. I'm going to be out visiting family for Easter. So it's not a great time to start posting this very long series. Well, like, you know, I want to be here on top of things. So I might start working on that, start like posting that if everything's correct and done and written next week. These fingers crossed, we'll see. It's going to be a very fun and very long thread. I hope you guys enjoy it. You guys have already seen, many of you guys have already seen the pictures for it, or at least part of them. But yeah, there's like 50 something pictures, so it's gonna give enough material for a long while. Effulgent, I like that word. Good word. It sounds kind of gross somehow. It kind of does. I like it. You don't celebrate a lot of Easter things. Here it's Semana Santa. It's called Holy Week. So it's one of the big holidays during the year in Spain. So yeah, it's a good time to visit family. I mean, for me, it's like not really holidays. I'm gonna keep trying to work on stuff, but you know, freelancer lifestyle, you know. But I'll be taking some days off to kind of recharge and prepare some stuff that's like lower energy, like some writing stuff where I don't have to really make images. I'm gonna be calmly working on that. It's personal stuff, so it's not like I'm forced to work on it. It's just a fun little activity for the holidays. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today, y'all. Little extra Tuesday stream, since you guys are not gonna get one for tomorrow. And fun little topic for today. Little Cicada God. Yeah, that's gonna do it. I don't think there's anything else to mention. Look forward to a new stream either at the end of the week when I come back, if it's not like super late on Sunday, or just a regular Monday stream next week. So guys, thank you very much. Thank you for the save reminder. I'll save it right now. Thank you very much. I'll be seeing you probably next week. Until then, take care.